Hello, you.
Hello, you.
Thought you might be here.
Yes. I wanted to see it for myself.
I'm so terribly, terribly sorry, Edward.
Thank you.
Everyone was so shocked. We thought Jerry was only bombing military targets.
Well, that's the official line. But if he's had a bad run, and our boys stop him dropping all of his cargo at the target, then he's better off dropping them any old place before he heads back over the ditch.
Where are you staying?
Mr. and Mrs. Stringer insisted I stay with them at the Grange. It's only for 2 nights before I have to go back. Any longer and I'd begin to feel like a burden.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
I can't help but be envious of them, you know. If old Jerry had dropped the bomb a fraction of a second later, it would have hit them. And my parents would be putting up their boy. And I'd be able to eat Mother's suet pudding again.
I thought you couldn't stand her suet pudding.
Well, the truth is I could have had it. But we were under the cosh at the time and I was going up almost constantly. So it didn't sit well with me, leaving the other chaps to have all the fun while I oversaw the burial of what I assume was 3 empty boxes.
Your commitment has always been admirable.
Well, we Edwards have a bad reputation for shirking duty these days. It's up to the rest of us born to the name to uphold its honour.
Why are you here now? Is it quieter?
I can't tell you that, I'm afraid. But it's not relevant anyway. I can't go up at the moment. Ellie needed repairs.
Ellie? You named your plane after me.
Of course. No other choice, really.
And why is that?
Well, she protects me, cares for me, and if she's hurt, so am I.
Teddy. Are you all right?
I will be. I was out that day. Patrol. We got into a scrap with an isolated Heinkel. She was split off from her unit, heading back home. They're absolute buses. Difficult to manoeuvre. And damn difficult to put down nonetheless. I ended up dropping in from the smoke to avoid her rear gunner. He was rather good. So it was my firing into the cockpit that put her in the sink. It's not often one knows one's taken a life up there. But she jerked up before pitching. Oh, the pilot will pull on the controls if they're wounded. Also, no chutes. Of course, I've no way of knowing whether or not it was the same bomber that did this. But I can't help thinking if we'd caught the bastards on the way up, then my parents...
I've had similar thoughts. I've almost driven myself mad with all the ways it could have been avoided. It's simply the most rotten luck. You'd have better odds for Goering riding a winner at the Derby.
There's an image. It's the horse I'd feel sorry for. There is another side to it as well. I thought I would become numb to all this death. But if anything, I feel it more keenly. I'm here mourning the loss of my entire family. And over there, I've caused the same pain in the families of the men I've shot down. I went to war to protect the ones I love. and I failed. So what's the damn point of carrying on? The only reason to go back up now is revenge, which is a grubby, unwholesome reason to fight.
They were very proud of you, you know. Not because you were protecting them. They and the whole village, myself included, are proud of you still. Because you and your selfless sacrifice represent everything that is good about this country. And I, for one, would much rather live in a land where people like you can thrive and exist freely than one that is governed by the ghosts and ghouls of our childhood nightmares.
Oh, you are a tonic, Ellie. I sometimes wish I could have you on the radio when I'm up. No problem you can't solve. Oh, I'd better get a wiggle on. The stringers are expecting me for supper. Mrs. S so desperately wants to mother me.
I should have said yes.
I beg your pardon?
When you asked me, before you left, I should have said yes. I said no, you see, because I thought if we were married, I would just worry about you constantly. But it was pointless saying no, because I worry about you just as much as if I had said yes. Only now I'm also convinced that you're falling out of love with me, and I would do anything to be married to you, so that you could come home to me and not stay with the stringers.
I know you regret...
I'm just saying. If you ask again, don't be nervous of the answer.
Can I buy you a drink after supper?
Yes, that would be lovely.
My tankard is still behind the bar at the Oak, I presume?
In pride of place.
Nelly, from now on, only worry about my health. You couldn't be more wrong about the other thing.